All right, everybody, welcome back to IntyCenter. Taking another whip around FODEUSS as we start to get closer and closer to the stretch run and figuring out who's going to be in the playoffs and who's going to be crying. Let's start here. We had a 6-run fourth inning, including a bases loaded, bases clearing double from Nolan Arenado, and a 3-run fifth inning featuring a 2-run double from Victor Martinez. That adds up to a 10-0 lead for Every City Bandwagoners over Atlanta Autumn. But Autumn get 4 in the bottom of the 5th, 3 more in the bottom of the 7th, and then a pinch hit 3-run homer with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th from Rafael Palmeiro. Wag that finger. That brings them all the way back, and we were tied at 10. The heels choke was on. We head to the 10th inning where a Jackie Robinson sac fly untied it, a 2-run homer from Mickey Mantle, and a bases-loaded walk from Reggie Jackson added some insurance. Heels. Does the Heimlich, avoids the full choke. The Bandwagoners get the 14-10 victory. Shaq Barons and Amazings each scored a run in the 4th inning, and we were tied at 1 heading into the 8th. They'd each score again in the 8th. For Birmingham, it's a 5-run inning, thanks to nickel and diming and an error. For Amazings, it's just a single run on a Fred Lynn RBI single. That's going to add up to a 6-2 win for the Shaq Barons. Starting in the bottom of the 1st inning, no runs were scored between the Demon Bags and Sithy of Ostenard. Good thing for Sithy, they scored 4 in the top of the 1st, including a 2-run homer from Tim McCarver and an RBI triple from Hugh Duffy. CC Sabathia, no runs and 5 hits over 7 2/3. He's a little better than Corbin Burns in that one, and Sithy wins it 4-0. Roy Halladay had himself a complete game shutout. He gave up just 5 hits. Jim Edmonds homered, and Albuquerque wins that one 3-0. A 2-out single was in the top of the 3rd was the only hit allowed by Phil Niekro. Just that one hit away from making history and giving Atlanta fans something to really cheer about this year. He absolutely dominates the Bandwagoners. Paul Blair hits a 2-run homer, and Atlanta wins that one 5-0. It was a bit less one-sided between the Gales and the ball players. A Fred Clark RBI single on the top of the 6th put the Gales up 4-3, but Oscar Charleston homered on the first pitch in the bottom of the inning to tie it back up. Sherry McGee hit a sac fly on the top of the 7th to put the visitors back on top, only for a bases-loaded walk to tie the game and a wild pitch to put the home team ahead in the bottom of the 7th. But Ron Santo would hit a sac fly to tie it back up at 6 in the 8th. We'd stay at 6-6 until the 10th when Howie Kendrick walks it off with an RBI single. That's going to score A-Rod, and the brand new ball players are going to win that one 7-6. Shoeless Joe Jackson delivered a 2-out walk-off single in the bottom of the 9th, and Birmingham Shaq Barons escaped with a 4-3 win over the Gales, over Game of Throws. Ken Griffey Jr. tripled in a run and then scored on a ground out from Cleveland's own Big Ed Delahunty. That puts the Demon Bags up 2-0 in the 5th against the brand new ball players. Cristobal Torriente singled to score a run in the 7th to cut that in half. And in the 9th, Torriente and Ricky Henderson singled. That puts runners on the corners. They're down by 1, but Fernando Mania runs wild. Gets a pop out from Cesar Tovar, and that seals the 2-1 win for the Demon Bags. Now, Bob Gibson versus Old Hoss. Radbourne didn't quite live up to the hype. Enhancers got a pair of runs off Gibson in the 1st on a 2-run homer from Larry Walker. But Hoss couldn't keep Sithy in check with Jose Ramirez driving in the tying run in the 2nd and scoring the go-ahead run 1 batter later. Sam Thompson, Hal Trotsky, they each add insurance runs later. Sithy wins that one 5-2. But hey, a pitching duel that did deliver was Slim Jones against despicable human being Trevor Bauer. Bauer goes 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. He takes the loss because Jones goes 8 innings, gives up no runs on 4 hits. Steel Arm Tyler works around a leadoff single from Juan Soto in the 9th and strikes out the pinch-hitting Willie McCovey to end the game. The Barons will win that one 2-0. Pedro Martinez tossed 8 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball. Cal McVeigh homered, and the Pilots beat the Bandwagoners 4-0. They complete a sweep of that series. They inch themselves closer and closer to that division title and inch the Bandwagoners closer and closer to missing the playoffs the year after winning it all. And go ahead and cue up the stop, he's already dead means. Birmingham collects 16 runs on 22 hits. They score in every inning except the 6th, which coincidentally is their car giveaway inning for fans listening on the radio. Ted Williams homers in that one. They beat Game of Thrones 16-5. And that's going to do it for IntyCenter this time. We'll catch you next time for another whip around FODEUSS.